Hi guys, and welcome inside Black Temple. Today we're going to be soloing High Warlord Naj'entus. He's the very first boss in Black Temple, but a lot of people can't get past Naj'entus because they think that he requires more than one person to kill simply because of his mechanics. Well, I'm going to show you today how I solo the fight. So, the key mechanic that you need to understand is that Naj'entus has a spine that he will throw at somebody other than the main tank. And that spine impales the person on the ground for 30 seconds, and that person does nothing. Now what's supposed to happen in a normal raid is that another member of the raid is supposed to run over to the person who's pinned down on the ground with the spine and loot the spine off of the person who's pinned. That spine then appears in their bag, and I've got it already pulled out here on my hotbar, the Naj'entus spine, this item. Okay, and then when they use the item that's in their bag, when they use that spine, it throws it back at Naj'entus, and it breaks a invulnerability shield that he places on himself. He will never impale the main tank. So that's why I think people think like, oh, I can't solo the fight, because if I'm the main tank, and, you know, there's no one to loot the spine, or I'll never get spine, and then, you know, I won't ever be able to break his shield, so I can't bring him down. Well, here's how this is going to work. First of all, if you have a pet as part of your class, so a DK, even a blood DK, like with an uncontrolled pet, like I have, or if you're a warlock or a hunter, you can do, or a mage, you can do this fight. The trick is that you want to make sure that your pet is always the main tank. And for me, on my ghoul, I have the glyph that gives my ghoul 40% more strength and stamina, so he lives a little bit longer. I'll show you how this works in just a second. But if your pet takes the aggro, and you don't touch the boss while his invulnerability shield is up, then you don't take aggro from your pet, and Naj'entus will actually spine you. Alright, let's do this. I'm going to summon my pet, and I'm going to walk right up to Naj'entus, and we're going to initiate combat. My pet jumps in and starts doing some damage. So basically I am just going to sit here, and I am waiting for Naj'entus to spine me here. I suppose I can just go ahead and reapply Bone Shield. And I'm going to hit Icebound Fortitude for giggles right as the spine lands on me. I'm going to get re-spined here. I'm not too worried about it. You can actually Death Strike during the immune shield phase, because you're not actually doing any damage, and it doesn't generate additional threat with the heal. So I'm going to be sitting here for the next 24 seconds. You can see the debuff ticking away on me up there. And I'm just waiting. You can see right now there's a gray cogwheel on the spine. And I am just waiting for this to become lootable when I get up off the ground. I'm going to have a very short window with which to loot this thing in just a couple seconds here. So I'm going to be furiously right-clicking, and I was able to loot the spine. So I'm going to zoom my camera back out. You can see that he's got the immunity shield on, so I can actually just go ahead and start death striking to get my health back. Again, I'm not doing any threat right now because I'm not actually hitting him for any damage. So as I'm striking away repeatedly here, I'm also hoping to spawn bloodworms. I'm going to make sure I hit escape and cancel my attacks there. I've got some bloodworms out, so with any luck they take aggro, which they just did, and I got spined again. So once again, this is going to be a little trickier because the spine's not really on top of me. And I have to try to figure out here how to maximize my camera angle chance of being able to loot this thing. But I like my odds right now looking at this. So I am going to be able to pick this up. And I was able to pick up a second spine there. He has the immunity shield on him. Now here's a really helpful hint to know. Don't use a weapon that has Rune of the Fallen Crusader on it. And the reason is because the heal from Rune of the Fallen Crusader actually generates threat. So with any luck, I'm going to get a third spine on me here, and there it is. So right now I'm using the 5-man Pit Lord's Destroyer, but with Stoneskin Gargoyle on it, which obviously does not have the heal that's associated with Rune of the Fallen Crusader. So that is a huge, huge help in terms of not drawing additional threat on Naj'entus as the fight goes on. So in 3 seconds, I should be able to loot this spine. Start furiously clicking, and I got a third spine. Awesome. So, we are good to go here, and all I'm going to do is I'm just going to wait until this this shield runs out, and then I'm going to start popping stuff here. Go ahead and pop Dancing Rune Weapon, apply my diseases, and I've got 3 spines down here. I've already got it pulled out on my hotbar. So my character is not animating for some reason, which I think is probably going to be very confusing to you. But I'm going to immediately click use that Naj'entus spine, and I'm going to have some time here to do damage to him before he reapplies that shield. So I'm going to make sure that I'm racing ahead here on all the threat meters before I go to pull out another pet. Because again, now I want to be the main tank, because I do not want to get spiked again while I'm now blowing spines on actually trying to kill him. I hope that made sense. But so far, so good here. Pretty soon he'll be applying another spine. I don't have DPM running, so I don't have the exact timer. But I've already got him at half health, as you can see. And as soon as he does apply another spine, I've just got my finger over the Naj'entus spine in my inventory, just waiting to pull it out. And again, I apologize, my character is just not animating, so you're not seeing the fact that I'm auto-attacking. I guess if I run around like this... Oh, there we go, my character started animating again, yay! So reapply my diseases to this guy. And at this point, you know, you're just doing a DPS rotation. Probably the exact rotation you use doesn't even really matter. You don't have to be precise with it because you're going to do more than enough damage. With any luck, I can do 500k here before he puts his shield back on. 90k, 40k, one more strike should do it, and that's a kill. Now he was probably pretty close there to reapplying another Supreme Shield of Terribleness. So you may, if your DPS is not as high as mine, it probably is because I suck at this game, you might want to save up 4 Naj'entus spines rather than just 3 in order to be able to complete the fight. But that's how you do it, so give this a shot. And obviously, let me know in the comments below this video if you're a different class other than a DK, like a Warlock or a Hunter or a Frost Mage. You guys all have pets as well. You can execute this exact same strategy. So, you know, let me know if you've had any success with that style. And remember, just don't heal yourself. Or don't do anything that generates healing aggro, basically. I guess it's a little more complicated than don't heal yourself. Just don't generate healing aggro. And again, that includes Rune of the Fallen Crusader. Best of luck, guys. I'll see you in the next dungeon.